Well, whether you're searching for a one-of-a-kind functional or decorative piece of art for yourself or somebody else, chances are you're going to find it at the West Michigan Potters Guild Spring Show and Sale.
Yeah, this event brings together 40 ceramic artists who specialize and create amazing mugs, vases, bowls, and a whole lot more. Each piece unique and has its own story. Welcome to Jerry and Eric here to tell us more about it, and they brought some of the goods with them this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's wonderful. The show is wonderful. We have 40 artists, and it's great for people to come and see the art, pick up the art, and talk to the artists that created it and what was the inspiration behind it. It was really wonderful.
And that really is the key, isn't it? To be able to get the story behind the piece of art, right? Eric, is it something that you find at these shows that that's what's happening when people are talking about pieces of art? They're getting the stories?
Absolutely, yeah. As being a potter there, when people come into my booth, they like to hear the story, they like to pick up the pots, they like to see how they feel. Yeah, it's all about picking them up.
I love that. So let's talk about some of the pieces that you brought with you today, because it obviously it's going to run the gamut. No matter what you're looking for, if it's pottery, you'll have it there. But let's talk about some of these.
This is a sculptural piece. I'm known for my diners. Back for 40 years, I made diners and sold them all over the country, and I actually ended up owning Rosie's Diner out in Rockford and stuff like that. So it's real sculptural, but it's clay. Everybody thought it was metal because that's a clay technique, like the gold around fancy china. Yeah. That's what this is. And so that's what's so wonderful about ceramics, you know. And mugs. It is so beautiful. You get this beautiful mug, you get it from the maker who made it, you take it home, you put your coffee in it, you hold it in your hands, it warms your soul, and you think about the person who made it.
Absolutely.
So that's the connection we make.
I know. I have mugs too. That same thing. Every time I use it, it brings me joy, and I think about the person who sold it to me. And that's literally what happens when you have these pieces. You're using them, and you have them around your house. Do you want to talk about any of your pieces?
Sure. Yeah, I brought a couple pieces by a couple different potters. There's a full range of people that work on the potter's wheel, which probably most people are more familiar with that. But we have potters that do what's called hand building. So this mug right here, that's made by Julie Lowry up in Muskegon, and that's all hand built. So she didn't do any of that on the wheel at all.
None of that was on a wheel?
Nope. She started out with a slab of clay and then rolled it into the body, and that's how she made that piece.
Wow, that is pretty symmetrical for not being on a wheel. Can you describe what, or maybe show our viewers, the back of this teapot ceramic? Because I'm trying to figure out what is.
This is my wife's work.
It's beadwork.
This is slab work with textures and all this stuff. This is actually hand carved here. Okay, she puts black on it, then carves back through it. This is one of her newest pieces where she's taking the beadwork and making a connection with it.
Look at the bead on the back of that.
Yeah, and then this is just the random beads on the back. But this is where she actually draws the design and then makes the design. Okay, and so it follows this. She's got pieces like this big, and it's just beautiful. And this is based on her decorative and her Polish tradition. That's where this comes from. That's where it evolves from. Malin taught for 20 years at Aquinas and makes connections that way.
So cool. And then talk about this too, because these are kind of a newer trend. I see them a lot where you have the stems.
That's one of Eric's.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this is, my grandfather was a potter for a long time. And
I didn't know that.
So this was inspired by him. I start out with it being symmetrical, but then I sort of alter it so that the rim is a little bit wonky. And I call it a wave rim bowl. And then in the middle is an actual frog with stainless steel tines on it, I guess. And it works great for just a small arrangement of flowers, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 stems. And so that's one of my pieces, and I love this time of year with the daffodils coming up, and I just cut those this morning out of our yard and put those in there.
Yeah, perfect for tulips too.
Yes,
like those
absolutely.
I love that look.
You
cool.
brought the right flower, that's for you. Daphne's my daughter, so daffodil's the right flower for her.
Absolutely.
But when you say wonky, for me, that would be something that I would try to build, and then it got goofed. And then, but you're doing this intentionally to make it look.
I am doing it intentionally, yes.
That's how it would be if I tried to make a real one, though.
So the nice thing about Eric does this in a gas kiln, okay, and he controls it with the environment. He makes his own glaze and stuff like that. We do it. Most people work with electric kilns, but then that's a talent right in there. The reduction of a kiln, and that's how he gets these layered glazes, and they're beautiful. And that's like copper and what, some cobalt in that one.
Yeah, rutile.
Wow.
Yeah, and so-
And that's so cool. I mean, these are the stories that you get when you get to meet the artist and
Yeah.
you talk about a piece that you like, and then hear the backstory.
Well, what's really fun too is people, oh, I love that mug I got last year. I got to get another one for my friend. And Eric's, I know he's got to have this with his collection. People are buying a whole collection of his work. And it's functional. So it's really fun. It is a good time.
Wonderful. Well, let's get people there.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about all the details, where people can find you, when this is happening.
This is happening this Saturday, April 26th, at the Greek Cultural Center on East Paris. It's about 3/4 of a mile north of 28th Street.
There you go. All right, perfect. And free to attend, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. WestMichiganPottersGuild.com. You want to learn more about some of the artists who will be there. You want to get involved, you can do that as well, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Gentlemen, thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you.